Imagine hurtling through the cold, infinite void of space and landing on the red, rocky surface of Mars. What would happen? What would you experience? Space travel, a concept once only dreamed of in science fiction, is now a reality. But what are the conditions like out there in the cosmic abyss? Well, for starters, space is a vacuum. There's no air to breathe, no oxygen to fill your lungs. And then there's the extreme cold. We're talking about temperatures that can drop to a staggering minus 270 degrees Celsius. That's colder than anything you've ever experienced on Earth. Yet one of the most remarkable things about space travel is the concept of zero gravity. Imagine, if you will, a state where you're not pulled down by any force. You're just there, floating with no up or down, no left or right. Now let's take that leap and plummet through the Martian atmosphere. As you start to descend onto Mars, you'll notice the atmosphere is much thinner than Earth's. This is the first major difference you'd encounter on your hypothetical journey. The Martian atmosphere is composed primarily of carbon dioxide, with traces of nitrogen and argon, quite unlike our familiar cocktail of nitrogen, oxygen, and a dash of other gases. This thin carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere presents quite a few challenges, both for landing spacecraft and for hypothetical human visitors. First off, the thinness of the atmosphere means that there's less friction to slow down a landing spacecraft. That's why engineers have to come up with ingenious methods to safely land rovers, like Perseverance, on the Martian surface. For a human, the thin atmosphere would make it nearly impossible to breathe without the help of a specialized suit and breathing apparatus. Then there's the matter of temperature. Mars may look somewhat Earth-like, but don't let those images fool you. The red planet is a place of extremes. During the Martian day, or sol, temperatures can rise to a relatively balmy 20 degrees Celsius at the equator. But don't pack your beach towel just yet. When night falls, temperatures can plummet to a bone-chilling minus 73 degrees Celsius. This drastic swing in temperature from day to night is due to the thin atmosphere's inability to retain heat. Despite these challenges, the thin atmosphere of Mars has its own unique humor. Sunsets on Mars are blue, a surreal contrast to the red dust that covers its surface. And although the thin atmosphere makes landing a challenge, it also provides less resistance for future astronauts looking to explore the Martian landscape. A human on Mars could theoretically cover much more ground in a single leap than they could on Earth. But Mars isn't just about its thin atmosphere and extreme temperatures. It has a lot more to offer. You've made it through the atmosphere. Now brace yourself for the impact on the Martian surface. As you touch down, you'll find yourself on a landscape that is vastly different from anything you've ever experienced on Earth. The Martian surface is a rugged terrain of rocky plains and towering mountains, punctuated by vast canyons. It's a desolate world, painted in hues of red and orange by the iron oxide, or rust, that dusts its surface. And then there are the dust storms. Mars is infamous for these, some of which are so large they engulf the entire planet. These storms can last for months, casting the world into a sepia-toned haze. But don't expect a gentle breeze. With Mars' thin atmosphere, even the strongest winds will feel like a light gust on Earth. While the dust storms are a sight to behold, it's the Martian ice caps that are truly fascinating. Just like Earth, Mars has polar ice caps. But these aren't made of water. They are composed of carbon dioxide, also known as dry ice. In the Martian winter, temperatures can drop so low that the carbon dioxide freezes, adding to the size of these polar caps. But it's not just the landscape that's different. Mars has only about 38% of the gravity we have on Earth. This means you could jump almost 3 times higher on Mars than you could on Earth. But it's not all fun and games. The lower gravity could have long-term effects on your body, including muscle and bone loss. Then there's the air pressure. Mars's atmosphere is less than 1% the thickness of Earth's. This low pressure could have various effects on your body, such as causing the fluids in your body to boil at lower temperatures. In short, life on Mars would be a constant battle against the elements. But as challenging as these conditions may seem, they are just the tip of the iceberg. Now that you've survived the landing, let's find out what lies beneath. Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the surface of Mars? Beneath the red dust and rocks, Mars holds secrets that have eluded us for centuries. As we delve deeper into the inner workings of this alien world, we start to understand its complex internal structure. Mars, like Earth, is divided into three main layers: the crust, mantle, and core, each with its unique characteristics and mysteries. Starting with the crust, it's not as thick as Earth's, averaging about 20 miles deep. It's a hard shell, riddled with impact craters and ancient volcanic flows, a testament to a tumultuous past. Underneath this crust, we find the mantle. This vast layer, stretching about 100 miles deep, is composed of silicate minerals, similar to our Earth's mantle. But unlike ours, Mars's mantle doesn't appear to have the same level of tectonic activity, resulting in fewer earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. Now, we arrive at the center, the core. It's believed to be partially liquid, comprised largely of iron, nickel, and sulfur. Recent findings suggest that Mars experiences Marsquakes, seismic activity caused by the cooling and contraction of this iron-rich core. This presents compelling evidence that Mars, though seemingly dormant, is geologically alive. But what does this all mean for the history of Mars? The seismic activity implies that Mars has not yet finished cooling and contracting, suggesting that its geological timeline is different from Earth's. And let's not forget about the water. Scientists believe that liquid water may exist beneath the Martian surface, possibly in underground lakes. This discovery not only reshapes our understanding of Mars, but also brings us one step closer to answering the age-old question, could there be life on Mars? So going through space and landing on Mars would be a journey of extreme conditions and fascinating discovery, but remember, it's a one-way trip. Are you ready for the adventure?